Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3, back with another kicking graphic novel review. Forever ago, I reviewed Damage Volume 1 from DC's The New Age of Heroes, and today we are reviewing Damage Volume 2, Scorched Earth. Yeah, America's most uncontrollable weapon. This is one of those heroes that kind of arrived on the scene after Dark Knight's Metal for the DC's New Age of Heroes. This one was the Hulk. It was pretty much just supposed to be the Hulk. They had Sideways, who was supposed to be Spider-Man, and the Terrifics, who were supposed to be the Fantastic Four, and all that stuff. Let me give you a quick read-up of the back of the book real quick. The living weapon of mass destruction turns on his creators. All Ethan Avery ever wanted was to be a hero. And when he was given the chance to be part of a military experiment, he got more than he bargained for. That was the end of Ethan's life as he knew it, and the beginning of his life as Damage. Now, for 1 hour at a time, Ethan turns into the most powerful, destructive, terrifying creature in the world, and then wakes up with no memory of what he's done, until suddenly, he begins to remember. With Ethan on the run from the Black Ops unit that turned him into Damage, he only has one mission left: to destroy the Damage program and make sure no one else ever has to endure what he's going through. But that's the funny thing about taking on the military. It attracts the attention of some very heavy hitters. Damage is fearsome. He's a force of nature, but he's powerful enough to take on the Justice League. And how will Ethan feel about fighting the heroes that he idolizes? Writer Robert Venditti and all-star artists including Aaron Lopresti and Matt Ryan continue the New Age of Heroes' most heavy-hitting story. Collects Damage 7 through 12. And then I believe that's all the Damage stuff there is. Sadly, because I really actually enjoy Damage. I like monster heroes, sue me, okay? Plus he's got a really cool character design. So we find out that the woman who is part of the Damage program, her husband is in a coma because of military stuff. And that's why she created Damage, so no soldiers would have to die under her command again. She could just send in Damage. But he's being attacked on a boat by some people that she hired to find him, even though she told them to wait until he was on land, but they jumped in and attacked anyways, which of course didn't work out. Damage just kicked their asses. And he washes up on shore as a human and gets taken to the same hospital that her husband is in. And then the unknown soldier shows up. This soldier whose face is wrapped in bandages. And he shows up to free Ethan. Which he does do, and helps save him from the government. And they keep him out of the government's way until his 23-hour waiting period is up. Every time he becomes Damage, he's Damaged for an hour, then he has to wait 23 hours to become Damage again. By the time they catch up with him, he can turn into Damage again. So he does, he fights, and he wins, of course, with relative ease. Now, after this, Damage kind of makes a choice. He and Ethan, because they both have different minds, actually. They can hear each other in their heads. Damage and Ethan decide not to kill the people who made them that way, but they did decide that they will destroy the Damage program. So they get a jump drive from the unknown soldier. There's a lot of cool info on it that tells him about the Damage program, where it is. He finds a bunch of failed damages of people whose lives were ruined by the Damage project. And then the Justice League comes to fight him. One of the heavy hitters, Barry Allen Flash. And then we also get Vixen, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and Green Arrow. Yeah. So a couple like really heavy hitters. Vixen, who I think is very powerful, super underrated. And then Green Arrow, who is a guy with arrows and has zero chance. And they hold their own against Damage, but they're losing ground pretty quickly. Damage is so strong. And while he's beating them, guess who shows up? Superman himself. Superman shows up to fight Damage. And remember, Ethan actually volunteered for the Damage program because he idolized Superman and wanted to be like Superman. So Superman has to hold off Damage until the hour is up, which takes a lot out of Superman. Superman even says that Damage punches harder than Doomsday, and the main reason they could get Damage to stop is because Deadman was able to go into Damage and make him stop fighting until the time ran out. Which was a pretty cool plan, I can't lie. But then the Justice League takes Ethan into custody, and they're like, if you can learn to control it, you'll be a big help to the world, but until then, you just have to stay in Justice League custody, but we know that you're not like a big killer, we know you're not a monster, we know that there's two of you in there, but he does have to be in Justice League custody, and that's kind of where Damage ends. 2 volumes, you know, and a brand new hero, so the story isn't terribly big or consequential in the DC universe at all, but it was fun, you know? It was really fun, but if you want to get really invested in a character, I don't recommend Damage, because once again, there's only 2 volumes, and then there's nothing else. There's no more Damage for you to read. But it is really cool. It's got great art. The writing's good. Once again, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing extravagant. It's a Hulk ripoff, and they're not shying away from that. They're like, DC and Marvel copy each other so much that nobody cares anymore at this point. But that is it for Damage Volume 2 Scorched Earth from DC Comics' New Age of Heroes. He's got a cool character design. He's a cool character, but if you want to rate a character like this, you should probably just go for the Hulk, unless you're not a big Marvel guy, because the Hulk has so much content, you know? He's been in comics for decades, and I don't know. But he's a monster that's trying to be a superhero, and it's very interesting, but at the same time, there's not a lot to it, so... But maybe that's a good thing. If you don't want to get super invested in a book that has been running for decades and has a ton of tie-ins and crossovers, because those can be really hard to afford. This is a very affordable read. 2 volumes, doesn't really cross over with anything. It has cameos like Justice League and Superman and stuff, but it doesn't cross over with any other titles, have tie-ins. It's not even an annual. So yeah, if you want to just read something small that you don't have to read a ton of other books to understand, Damage will work out. Damage is perfect then. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all, you guessed it, next time.